Hello and welcome everyone to this Warcraft replay. This is going to be another replay from the Host Cup of, I believe, week 3. I am unsure about this actually because Wikipedia doesn't actually have this match recorded on the bracket at least. I don't know if there was any like preliminaries in Host Cup or not, but yeah, it's a little confusing. I don't know if these two played in week 3 or week 4. Definitely not week 5 because it's not that recent. So yeah, I'm a little confused on how, or at least which week this is actually played on. But regardless of where it's from, it is just going to be pretty lengthy replay from just a regular tournament. So we have Lawliet spawning in as the red Knight of Play in the top left. He will be most likely going for that Demon Hunter, but he has been known to go for the Warden, but it is going to be a Demon Hunter first for himself. His opponent is going to be Sock, who I actually have never casted before, at least as far as I know, so this is going to be interesting, a good first impression hopefully for this human player here. Spawning in the bottom right is going to go for the standard Archmage first. Yeah, I think maybe human has the least flexible kind of openings, honestly. Just mass footman with the Archmage. I guess sometimes they could go Mountain King first, but that's generally to counter stuff like Warden first, or what else? Maybe Panda first, but Panda first has not been a thing for a very long time, so I'm not sure if that is actually valid anymore. I do apologize if I do sound like I have a cold. I just recently woke up. I've been hoping to try and get a replay down before I go to uni and then upload with that university internet, of course. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I don't have a cold. It's just I sound like this every time I wake up. I just sound very groggy and stuff. But either way, it seems like Turtle Camp first for Lawliet, and he did pick up the Mantle of Intelligence, and he should be going for this Ogre Warrior camp. Not sure why he's pulling it, but he is trying to do some shenanigans here, but instead he's just going to get some easy damage down. Is going to slow it a little bit. Footman has spotted the Night Elf group, I guess. Gloves of Haste for the Archmage. It seems like the Demon Hunter went for the wrong Ogre Warrior, so he will be unable to pick up the item there, and he is taking quite a bit of damage being getting blocked by the Footman of Sock. Very early Hunter's Hole there, so that might indicate possible early Huntresses. It seems like Sock is really wanting this item from the Demon Hunter here, and will be able to pick it up. Ring of Protection +2, and Brilliance Aura has been learnt. So Archmage is now on the run, and very nice pathing there from Sock. And Demon Hunter won't be able to get much, unfortunately. At least it wasn't a major item, but it was an item nonetheless. At least Constellation, he was able to pick up the Elemental for himself. I believe without the Elemental he wouldn't have been able to get level 2 because there was just one troll left, so yeah, nice pickup. Is going to pick up TP Staff, and I believe Boots was picked up by the Archmage. So yeah, Boots and Dust was picked up. Didn't actually pick up a circle for himself, so probably not going to have that happening. He is TPing very early into the backs inside the base of Sock, and he is going to utilize that immolation to try and pick up some easy kills here. Maybe is going to pick up one Footman, and possibly that is just going to be it, as yeah, he is kind of struggling there in the health department, and is just going to fall. No, he is going to TP. Okay, I thought, he was playing it really close there. I thought he was actually going to willingly give up his level 2 Demon Hunter, but was able to TP at the very last moment. Well, I guess the very last moment would have been a peasant swinging his pickaxe, and then yeah, not being able to land because of the TP scroll. Okay, only one footman and one peasant in exchange for that TP scroll, which might not be a favorable exchange. Expansion attempt here from Sock as they clear out their gargantuan sea turtle camp. And here we go, Immolation with those Huntresses should be able to provide a lot of AoE damage. Yeah, but the problem is the Demon Hunter has really no way of escaping, aside from the TP staff, which is not very reliable because you don't get the invulnerability status, so playing it very safe here from Lawliet. His units are very, very low. His Huntresses, not sure where they have been, but yeah, they've also taken quite a beating. Panda coming in as the second hero, and this should put some pressure onto this expansion here with the Breath of Fire, able to pick up a couple of easy footmen, peasants in fact, and yeah, it seems like most of these peasants are going to be picked off. Only one remains, so this town hall can resume its construction. Demon Hunter really struggling under the health. He's been on red/orange health for the majority of this game, which is not something that you would like to see. Double Agent of Laws get placed down here from Lawliet, so yeah, we should transition over to Bears and Dryads. Sock, on the other hand, Tier 2 is delayed because of their expansion. Maybe a bit of a problem, I don't know. We'll have to wait and see, because if Sock does not get this expansion up, it is kind of not worth it, because he's behind in both tech and economy, I guess. A couple of trades here from both sides, peasants in exchange for huntresses. But the most important thing, of course, is that the town hall is still not finished. Like, humans have the advantage of fast expanding because they can, like, commit a couple of more peasants into this building, but it's still not done, which is a bit of a problem. And Tier 2 still delayed for Sock as well. He's struggling in the gold and the lumber, so he can't actually, you know, do both at the same time. But now that the town hall is now done, he is going to try and get his money back, but the panda might have something else to say. A little weird from Lawliet actually with his panda here. Could potentially get picked off because he has no mana, no way of escaping either. Yeah, able to back off at the right amount of health. Thankfully there's no Mana King just yet, otherwise that would have been a dead panda. Sock still not a tier 2 just yet. He is trying to just replenish his peasant stock here because... oh wait, what? Okay. Very weird, interesting. I guess Lawliet lost his panda to an archmage. I guess he does have boosted speed, so he can weave in those attacks, you know, here and there, but that is a little head scratching, honestly. Lawliet might have miscalculated. Maybe didn't really expect Sock to commit his archmage chasing him down, but that was really not expected. Huh, okay.
A player's forces are under
either way,
attack.
level 3 gain for the Demon Hunter. I believe the Archmage was always level 3, so Panda Kill didn't really matter too much. Tier 2 has now just started for Sock, and the Panda should be out for Lawliet as well. So Tier 3 is done, Bears are on the way. In terms of population, it seems like, wow, Sock's actually killing it in supply. He has plenty of footmen to make up for the deficit of the technology, I guess. But eventually, footmen will be outclassed by those druids, so Sock will have to transition very soon. And of course, Lawliet still has his immolation, is going to get surrounded by the footmen, but that's what immolation does the most damage, so it doesn't look like Lawliet's going to care too much. Scroll of Healing will be used to negate the damage from that immolation, and TP Staff will be forced by the Demon Hunter. So, all in all, I believe a Dryad got picked off in exchange for one footman. Worth it on in Sock's part, I guess. Which might spell trouble for Lawliet. He is struggling versus a tier 1 Sock, so either he needs to step it up a bit in his decision making and unit control, or he just needs to get a bigger army because he is down to supply. Close of attack +9 gets picked up here by the Archmage. Always nice to have, I guess, any bit of damage, I guess.
Forces are under attack.
Demon Hunter did not walk into the right shot, so he will be forced back a little bit. Panda is gonna farm up with the Ancient of War, and he really needs his levels. That death might have set him back a little bit, but right now he needs his levels as quickly as possible. It's very close to level 3. Another camp will be able to get it, or a free elemental, honestly. I didn't see actually the experience bar there, but it didn't look like a lot of experience was given over. Demon Hunter, very low health, but he's able to receive a rejuvenation. Archmage is very in danger, I guess, because he can potentially get slowed and constantly slowed and then killed off. But yeah, he needs to watch his ground, I guess. He still has a TB scroll. He still has a great healing potion, so it's highly unlikely he'll get picked off. But you know, being forced to use those items for no reason is in itself a pretty bad thing. So the Panda will be able to finally get his level 3 thanks to the donation experience from Archmage's Elemental there. Blacksmith placed down, so this is most likely going to be rifle casters here. I have no idea just yet because no riflemen, no casters are being trained up. But interestingly enough, we have the Blood Mage coming out as a second hero. So instead of like stunning the Panda and preventing him from doing any shenanigans, he's just gonna straight up prevent him from doing anything with the mana drains. So we'll have to see how well that turns out, because Lawliet is now pressuring, trying to break this expansion as best he can. He did cast the Roar, and there are no spellbreakers around, so the Roar is gonna stick for the majority of the fight, maybe even the entire tier of the fight. Workshop has been placed down, but it seems like that is not going to see the light of day. Blizzard, so the Archmage did retrain to learn the Blizzard ability, and this should do plenty of damage to these bears, even preventing them from maybe fully finishing off the Town Hall, as the Blood Mage now shows up. And yeah, bears not enough health, I guess, on themselves to keep this pressure up, and that is going to be a 1 victory for Sarkon, I guess. So with the mana battery for the Archmage as well, constant blizzards is a possibility.
A player's forces are under attack.
Yeah, I guess that's it. We have so many low hit point druids, but thanks to the rejuvenation, I guess, we should be able to be fine. Tree of Life is going to be placed down here at this gold mine, so Lawliet is still thinking about the late game, is going to expand as well, just trying to keep it up with the economy. Level 4 has been gained for the Demon Hunter there, and Panda is very close to level 4 himself. Scout Machine is spotting this Night Elf army, I guess. Not really easy to deal with because you only have one Dryad. Demon Hunter is going to come back with an Orb of Venom, and he did pick up the +6 agility from this Troll Warlord camp here. I actually have no idea if Sock spotted this expansion. He did not, but he probably should expect it because that's where Lawliet came from. Devotion Aura gets picked up here for the Blood Mage, so I guess every little bit helps. 1 armor is not particularly that great of a bonus, but yeah, you could always sell it for a quick gold just in case. And with the spawning of this Dryad here, Sock is going to be forced to be pushed back a little bit. He might be a little scared of that Demon Hunter. Maybe he's scared of the level 4 Panda right now. I also don't know which one it is, but regardless, he is going to give up the Gargantuan Sea Turtle over to Lawliet. Mortar teams popping out here, so instead of rifle casters, it is just going to be casters with mortar teams banished onto the Demon Hunter here, so it's going to prevent him from doing a little bit of DPS. I say a little bit because it doesn't last too much. So, very nice save there with banish onto the Footman, but of course it is a double-edged sword. It will it will mean the Breath of Fire does extra damage. Of course, it didn't really matter too much there because he was practically dead, but it did force the Panda to spend some mana, I guess. Plenty of bears out, no upgrades whatsoever just yet. It seems like +1/+1 is on the way. Meanwhile, Sock's hand, it seems like +1 Water Teams is done. Ogre Camp is now the attempted target here for Sock. Shockwave not going to matter too much for him because most of his units, or at least half of his units, are Spellbreakers and they do resist spells. Rune of Healing has been dropped and it is going to be used. Ogre Lord, what are you going to drop here? Hopefully there's something good. It is going to be Claws of Attack +12, so that is a very, very powerful Archmage.
A player's forces are under attack.
A little awkward to see an Archmage having this much attack, but you know, it's still a good thing. Archmage always manages to weave in a lot of auto attacks, so it's not necessarily a bad item for him. Honestly, any item's a good item for him. Over on Lawliet's side, it seems like it is going to be another Claws of Attack +12, and that should be given over to the Demon Hunter because it just works so well with his natural attack speed, I guess. And yeah, he kind of needs it. So it is given over, and he is at +23 attack. And yeah, that can be upgraded even further with the roar of those druids, but you know, it's the risk that you have to take because you're forcing so many Spellbreakers now. So like extra seconds of bonus damage versus giving your opponent, you know, that buff in the end. So it's a bit of a trade-off, and he has to make that decision. Panda is going to get out of range of that mana siphon there, but those bears are just taking a beating from that blizzard, which is definitely not something Lawliet should be standing on. He needs to do something about that Archmage. Maybe even like get a Dark Ranger third, just to cancel that blizzard early on. But the Panda is now out of mana, and he is kind of inside that surround circle there. Lawliet finally microing his bears away from that blizzard, but it's kind of a little too late. Most of his bears are at their red health. Deep Scroll is going to be forced, and yeah, just disastrous fight from Lawliet. Supply is now at 63 versus 70. Almost felt like Sock didn't suffer any casualties there, and yeah, despite having a level 5 Demon Hunter, that's like, you know, the biggest power spike before level 6.
A player's forces
yeah,
are under attack.
It doesn't seem like he's doing enough. The Archmage with Blizzard, with the combination of Blizzard and those Spellbreakers, just does so much damage. It is level 3 Blizzard, by the way, so like, yeah, those bears definitely shouldn't be standing on it for more than 2 waves. Like, first wave, and then you have to react. Otherwise, it's just way too much damage on those guys. Fairy Dragons is not going to help at all, honestly. They don't hit those Spellbreakers when they buff steal, and like, you gotta get those Mana Flares down before the Blizzard gets cast, which is kind of hard. So like, it's just such a bad situation for Lawliet to be in. He just needs more Dryads and more bears. And he should be good to go, but he has plenty of Fairy Dragons for some reason. +2/+1 upgrades for them. Panda with the Anti-Magic Shield is going to cancel out the Mana Siphon before it gets dispelled by those priests there. Roar is going to be cast once again. Mana Flares are down, but like I said again, out of range of the Blizzard, and can't really punish those Spellbreakers from stealing those buffs at all. Mortar Teams with the Roar buff doing so much damage, +1 attack upgrades as well as +16 bonus damage. Those bears are getting absolutely mauled. On the other hand, Archmage does indeed get focus fired, so he is going to be forced to TP scroll back just a little ways back over there. Not exactly a full retreat, but he will be able to regroup and chase these bears down. So yeah, despite forcing TP scroll, Sock still manages to push away his opponent and loses 3 bears in the process of retreating. So, like, just
A
disaster
player's
all
forces
around,
are under
honestly.
attack.
Demon Hunter, I don't know how much Metamorphosis is going to help, honestly. I don't know how much Storm Earth and Fire is going to help either. Mass Teleport's probably not going to be that much of a factor for the Archmage. So, yeah, it just depends on how well he can use his 2 ultimate abilities, if the game ever gets to that point, honestly. Because right now I don't think he is getting that many kills during these exchanges. I did not realize this expansion being placed down here, and it is really weird to see this expansion being placed down here. It is going to get focus fired and just taken out. Lawliet only manages to mine about 800 gold, so in exchange he kind of makes up for it in terms of the gold department. I'm not sure how well gold translates into lumber, but I guess he did kind of break even. The only question is, why did that expansion exist? Really weird. It's an extremely hard expansion to defend. Expansion is going to be placed down here for Sock as well, so like, yeah, so much pressure right now. And this second expansion will be able to just push him in the lead even further. Gold mines are starting to collapse, as you can see here. Tree of Eternity is starting to migrate. Yeah, it's really tough for Lawliet to actually look good in this, because Sock has so much map pressure. He has plenty of scout towers around as well. Despite having level 3 Blood Mage, which is kind of underleveled, he is still managing to, just keep it very close and actually look at make it look very, very difficult for Lawliet. And his Tree of Eternity is under fire. It's gonna be almost impossible for him to keep in this game if he loses this expansion, because or this main base, because yeah, how else can he harvest gold from? Because right now he has not enough gold for another expansion. It's kind of tough. I guess he's trying to all-in it here, but it's very difficult to try and all-in when you're 10 supplied down and you're at your opponent's home base, which does have towers existing. It does have that shop as well. TP Scroll is going to be burnt by the Archmage once again because of that focus fire of the Demon Hunter, but yeah, all he's doing is TPing back just a couple of meters away, and yeah, just going to resume the defense once again.
Players' forces are under attack.
So it's just really tough for Lawliet to keep up this pressure, because he can't gain that much momentum by burning TP Scroll, because Sock just regroups quick enough for that to not matter, I guess. Constant banishes here. This is basically Cyclones on the human side, because it's just putting the Demon Hunter out of the fight, and that's honestly way better than Stormbolt, which doesn't last that long compared to Banish. And yeah, that is, it's just, oh god, just the Demon Hunter is being crippled so much. He finally actually hits level 6, but he's being siphoned out of so much mana that he can't really give, he really can't, gain the chance to metamorphosize. And look at all these bears. No TP Scroll available. Oh, I think the Demon Hunter picked up a TP Scroll for himself. No, he did not. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 bears are at low health, and if he loses that, that is almost definitely GG. 53 versus 66. Sock did suffer some casualties, but of course Lawliet suffered a lot as well, and he's almost at the point where he might suffer a catastrophe. Metamorphosis has been activated, but yeah, Blood Mage just keeping that guy down with the banishes here. But you can see how much damage the Demon Hunter actually does with the Metamorphosis. It's just like potentially, like the full duration could just be cancelled out with Banish, which is, when you think about it, like really, really scary. So, yep, Demon Hunter not really gonna make much out of this Metamorphosis here. Is gonna get banished once again, and he should be out of Metamorphosis after the banish. Yep, there we go. And now he is. Oh wow, that was okay. The UI there was a little weird, and he's getting constantly hammered by those mortar shells and the glaives of those spellbreakers there. Level 6 has been gained for the panda, so you know, another key point here. Maybe Storm Earth and Fire might be able to do it because there are 3 bears instead of 1.
A town is under siege.
That's mass teleport. Yeah, that is mass teleport. So Archmage also hit level 6. Sorry about that, I had to mute my mic a little bit. Oh, these bears are still low health. Why are they still low health?
Forces are under attack.
Ooh, not looking good for Lawliet. This might just be game already because 38 versus 69. No ways of actually mining gold. Mass teleports just constantly harassing. This is like, yeah, this is game. And Lawliet's just sticking around for the sake of it, I guess. Storm Earth Fire is going to be cast. Invisibility has been cast on the Archmage just in case of any sort of assassination from Storm, I guess. But
A player's forces
yeah, it's not going to
under
matter
attack.
too much as these units just running away. Of course, Sok is going to suffer some casualties, but actually suffers a lot of casualties, in fact. Plenty of priests, sorceresses, and I believe 2 mortar teams get picked off here, so yeah, not exactly a light exchange for Sok's part, but he's still mining off 2 bases, so he can afford to do so. Storm Earth Fire does expire, and Metamorphosis once again being cast by the Demon Hunter, but he is so low health that I believe Banish is not even going to be bothered with, and the Demon Hunter is going to just get preserved back home. So, it's not looking good for Lawliet. It hasn't been looking good for him for a very long time, and 2 ultimates just doesn't seem like it's going to be enough. The Blood Mage is at level 4, so we're probably not going to see level 6 from him at all. Just looking at the fact with how this is going and just how little gold Lawliet actually has. He does have enough gold. Actually no, he doesn't have enough gold, but he has sold a couple of his items, I guess. It's just not enough to build another Tree of Life. And here we go, once again, Metamorphosis is going to expire and he's going to lose his bonus health there. Demon Hunter should not be sticking around, but he will be able to be preserved back home. It is still daytime though, so that those moon walls are not actually ready for him. Okay, surprising this game is still going on. I mean, yeah, it's always nice to, you know, keep hope, but finally Sok is going to end it. This is what I want to see from players who have just such a substantial lead. Just finish the game already, because like all you're doing is stalling for time. Your opponent is definitely not going to GG out. So yeah, just try and finish this game as quick as possible. Demon Hunter really has nowhere to go. He can get preserved again, I guess. But yeah, just Preserve doesn't really do anything because he is out of mana. The Moonwell's out of mana. You can see level 3 Breathify actually does quite a bit of damage, in fact. But the Panda just can't get a second wave down because of that mana siphon of that Blood Mage. So double Ancient of Laws get taken down there. Ancient of Wind also gets finished off. Panda, on the other hand, is going to Storm Earth and Fire and try and one-man army it with his 2 bears, I guess. Or 3-man army it. Banish once again on the Demon Hunter. Don't know why. Demon Hunter could definitely just get finished off there. Yeah. The last of the bears gets taken down. Storm with on fire, not looking good either. Blood Mage is going to get invised just to safety. And this should be the final fight, because yeah, no units, just these two heroes left. Very much 100% no chance. And Lawliet is going to lose Storm, but it doesn't really matter too much. And this should be GG. Nuno's still out of mana, despite being nighttime. One final minimal assist to try and get some kills, I guess, but yeah, that is not gonna cut it. Level 3 Blizzard once again onto the Demonager. Oh, preserved to reposition, but yeah, like I said, it's not gonna matter too much. Just struggling a little bit for Lawliet, and this should be game. Panda, no mana, so don't know what he's gonna do here. So yeah, we just see how strong a human player can be despite 2 level 6 ultimates from the other side. Granted, you can't really blame Lawliet's usage of these ultimate abilities. It's so hard to utilize them thanks to the banish from the Blood Mage. It's so stressful, I guess, as a player to constantly get banished when you use that ultimate ability. So yeah, that is gonna be game. Hopefully you guys enjoyed this one. I will try and get another one down within the next couple of days. I don't know, but we'll see. Hope you guys enjoyed. Take care.